Hi everyone, my name is Maryna. I'm the founder of Growth Channel, an AI platform to help you automate your market research and help you simulate thousands of different marketing campaign opportunities to identify the best go-to-market strategy for you and your clients. My background is in marketing just like yourself. Over the last 15 years, I have led marketing teams at some of the big enterprise companies as well as led marketing campaign capabilities at some of the tech startups. I also had my own agency for over a decade, and today I have a team who have helped me build an AI platform to help you automate the marketing research, planning, and strategy to give you more power for strategic and creative work. I would love to show you some parts of how it works as well as show you how you can use other AI tools to help you scale your own agency operations. So here we go. So why is it important? At Growth Channel, we see a growing competition among multiple industries, as well as growing customer expectations. With the digital world that we are in today, customers just want better, faster decision making, campaigns, bigger ROI, better traffic, everything. So, how do we keep up with all of those demands? And this is where we can use different tools to help us automate those processes and be more creative in our work. There is a great framework that was done by Growth Tribe, which I really like to refer to. Here they identify data and testing, creative, tooling and automation, and behavioral psychology as the four core elements that help drive the growth marketing methodology. We actually look at what are we doing today as marketers. In fact, they help us identify what is the difference between digital marketing and growth marketing approach. Here we see that digital marketing really focuses a lot on the top of the funnel, where a lot of the branding work comes into play, awareness, acquisition, and activation. And then growth marketing actually looks at the whole funnel. It takes into account also retention, referrals, and actually driving revenue for those businesses. And in today's session, I'll help you identify the tools and different strategies that you can apply for the growth marketing approach, which takes into consideration the whole funnel. Now, this was the framework from Growth Tribe, and we have our own 6-step framework within Growth Channel that we use to help you automate thousands of different campaign opportunities. And simulation will help you basically identify what are the best campaign opportunities for your own marketing plan and strategy. So I'm sure none of this is super new to you. So there are many different channels and content opportunities for each step of the funnel, but I just want to make sure that you always have the whole funnel in mind when preparing a marketing campaign for the customer. Here we have a Cabex's case study where we help them analyze the competitors. In fact, Cabez thought first that their competitors were agencies, and apparently there are so many different tools and software technologies that do similar thing. By the way, Cabez is actually focusing on a lot like fashion, e-commerce platforms, retail, to help them increase the conversions on the website through personalization. And they really help identify the different behavioral and psychographic elements for that. There are many different tools who do similar things through different ways. So the features are different, but the actual benefit for the customer is very similar. The competitors are engaged in lots of partnerships, do lots of content marketing and SEO, which is something that Cabex hasn't really considered before. And today they're implementing those strategies. Our tool also helped them identify the personas they should be focusing on. Here they actually had 2 personas to really focus on for their first campaign, a shop owner and a salesperson. Let's dive into that. So within Growth Channel, we see that a lot of companies are actually pretty aware in terms of who are the demographic profile of the customer. Things like their age or where they live in, what their title might be. Within Growth Channel, we really automate that part through connecting social platforms to help them identify the behavioral and psychographic elements of those personas, things like their goals, their challenges, what and who influences their decision, how they make that decision, what they like, what they don't like, and what's the best way to reach them online. You must probably do that a lot through surveys, questionnaires, different interviews that might take some time. If you don't have the time and the resources to have that, there comes the automation. Here is how a persona looks like within Growth Channel. We share what are the social networks that they are present on, a few quotes that they might share in their social profiles related to the industry of operations of the customer, and then all of these behavioral and psychographic elements that we kind of went through. It also shares how you can actually reach this persona online and what are their interest points. The difference between the two profiles is very niche. So if you look at the Ahmad, his profile talks a lot about him being the expert within the fashion industry, having his own online store and wanting to improve the conversion, while here is a second persona called Imke, and she's a salesperson for e-commerce companies who is now ready to launch her own e-commerce store. So they're at the very different stages of their customer decision journey. One already having a store and one just wanting to launch one, but also one is more technical expert and the second one is actually a business expert. So these are very two different personas that have been generated through cross-channel platform. If you want to look at our template in more detail, it's for free, available under resources on our website, and you can access it via this short link as well. Moving on, I would like to look at the customer decision journey. This is the part where you would most probably run a workshop or a brainstorming session, either internally or also with the customer, and look at different steps that people are engaged with their customer to help them convert. In here, we automated the whole process by looking at the channels and the content that each of the personas were active with online, and then mapped it out with thousands of different opportunities for each step, which then went into the simulation. And if you look at funnel simulation tools, which are available today, you can use those to help you identify what would be the possible scenario and possible KPIs. The difference with Growth Channel is that we actually automate thousands of those different funnels to help you define the best funnel for that. Because if you want to map out one by one, it might take you like a week for maybe a few hundred funnels, which both ways work, definitely. It's up to you to define which tool you want to work with. For the awareness stage here, we actually looked at some of the social platforms, some events, advertising, podcasts, and the focus was really a lot on educational materials. For consideration phase, we identified lots of review sites, directories, forums, chats, and partnerships, as well as SEO, and the focus was a lot on bringing in that social proof. For the conversion phase, it was a lot about live chats, different chat platforms, lead generation forms, as well as special offers and alert systems. We already looked and talked a little bit about the whole six-step approach, but what it looks like for CABEX here, we looked at different touch points that would be important for this campaign, as well as different content formats, the budget allocation suggestions for different steps of the journey, as well as KPIs, which are in scope, focus keywords for each step of the journey for different personas, as well as paid channel examples and organic free channel examples for the customer to use for their campaign execution. Our tool also uses OpenAI GPT-3 technology to give you suggestions for the actual content titles for different steps of the customer journey for each of the personas. You can use those to populate your content calendar. There's also another cool tool which I'm really excited to tell you more about later during the session that can actually produce these blog posts using automation in no time. So you can have a whole year full of blog posts in a day. If you want to download our customer decision journey template and learn more about our process, you can download it for free by using this link. Now, I would love to show you our platform in action and how you can generate a marketing plan and what are the important attributes that come into play when working with cross-channel marketing automation. So here is the dashboard of cross-channel. We have different elements starting from the roadmap to help you throughout the implementation of the marketing plan. We also have growth marketing tactics. We have over 230 of them and are adding more and more every single week throughout the trends that are in the market for different micro segments. You can use them for brainstorming on different campaigns and optimization opportunities. We also have recommendations that come in from Growth Library on different tools, templates, and resources that can help you execute on the marketing plan. You can also connect to analytics and get weekly alerts every single Monday on what's working, what's not, and what are the best ways that you can improve the performance on the website. We are having also more cool integrations in the pipeline. But to generate your marketing plan, you can start right here. Click on the button Generate a Growth Plan. You can select the agency and then input what you want to generate the marketing plan for. Here I pre-filled lighting devices for consumers, but you can put in anything else from a product, service perspective, or anything else in between. It can even be an employer branding campaign. From this specific field, we would actually look at the trends and related keyword queries that users look for to help you drive the campaign. You can input the domain of the website or a landing page of your customer who you want to generate the marketing plan for. Here, our tool will do the SEO audit and conversion optimization audit to help you really identify what are the optimization opportunities before you even launch a big advertising promo. You would pick the priority. It's usually one single objective per campaign. It can be anything from sales to website visits, mobile downloads, leads, or content engagement. For the industry, you can select one industry that's closest related to what you're trying to promote. Here I pre-selected marketplace or e-commerce, but there are many other industries in the scope that you can add as well. Select a monthly marketing budget. Here our tool will look at the channels and consider the budget range that you have selected here. So think about that. It will also look at the low end and the high end to give you suggestions on the budget distribution. You can input the company name. Choose a country or countries in scope. Define who are we targeting. Let's say for this specific campaign, we can look at end customers. In this case, our tool will connect to Facebook API to identify the demographic pool of the audience that we're trying to look at and then segment them into groups who would then become our personas. But you can also select a campaign for B2B, employer branding, or someone looking at the partner marketing. In that case, our tool will connect to LinkedIn API. Let's proceed here. Let's say I'm looking at both genders, age might be within this range, relationship might not matter, home ownership might be a homeowner. Let's say family doesn't matter, employment status employed, and there are some interests around home and garden. We will proceed, and this is basically the demographic profile that matches the Facebook ads. And in this case, it's only demographics, but our tool will tell you the behavioral and psychographic elements, which I shared with you earlier in our persona template. You would then define a few competitors that you want to look at what they're doing in terms of digital marketing, who have offering of the similar products or services to what your client offers as well. Here, our tool will basically connect with competitive analysis tools and also look at what are they doing online, how are they driving traffic, what are their top keywords, what is the top referring channel, what type of ads are they running, what's their messaging like. You can also input your main competitive advantage. It can be anything between the price, quality, maybe 24/7 service, anything you think is important. In this case, it's also your guidance that's very important for the customer to generate this marketing campaign, as sometimes they don't even know what's their own competitive advantage. Here, our tool will help you, based on your input, generate campaign ideas using this USB. You can also select the steps of the customer journey that you want to focus the campaign for. It can be as small as one or as much as everything. Here I pre-selected awareness, consideration, and conversion. Just look at this input. You can also select then the primary marketing KPI and secondary marketing KPIs, which are important for the campaign. Input any additional information that hasn't been specified before, which is important for the specific campaign. So here I actually mentioned that we also do Amazon sales, and there is no other information that is necessary. I would review my submission and click to proceed for for simulation. Once the campaign is out of simulation and is ready for your preview, you'll get a notification and it will be available right here in the dashboard. If I click on it, I'll land on a preview which I can also download, but just to make sure that you can see the full experience, I'll go to a sample online that we have published on our website and walk you through the output file. We'll share the methodology that's been used to what you have inputted during the questionnaire and then walk you through the different steps of the marketing plan. So it all starts by comparing your own traffic share to the competition and telling you exactly what's the traffic distribution like between your customer and the competition. It might also pick on additional competitors to give you insights for if the competitors that you have entered have very little data. It will then share website engagement metrics alongside of the top non-brand keywords with the highest volume that are driving best traffic to the competitor's website with lowest keyword difficulty that you can also use then for the SEO and content marketing efforts for your customer campaign. It will also share the top referring domains that are driving great traffic to the competition, which are still low in terms of the backlinks for your own customer website. Then we connect with SEMrush and tell you exactly what are the different acquisition sources for the competition, what is the website engagement like, what are their top pages, top organic and paid keywords, referring domain, country distribution, sample ads, an actual funnel, what are the top sources and what are the top destination sites for each of the competitors, as well as the landing pages, media sites, display ads. And actually, if you are on our white label solution, you can get even more data in an exported file and crunch the raw data further. You can also get editable access on the white label solution, which will also come into your own branding. So the end customer doesn't even know necessarily all the time what you use for generating the marketing plan. So you can use it yourself without necessarily telling the end customer about us, which is completely fine, and we will apply your own branding. So then all the data will actually go into your own template. Here we also have the SEO audit, competitive positioning for the customer website with priorities of the technical and content fixes that can be made to optimize their website performance. Also, connection to Google Page Speed Insights to give you that information, as well as links to different Google development sources with a step-by-step on how you can improve the technical performance of the customer website. Wrapping up the market research with the top 5 trends from the competition, depending on the targeting that you have selected. If it's worldwide targeting, we will look at the country distribution. If you have selected a country, we will look at the county distribution, and so on. Then moving on to personas, we already looked at it a little bit, so I won't spend too much time on this one. But we also share the total population of each of the personas with sample profile links. Then you can actually go and check each of those personas and how they look like, and even look at the ad targeting distribution as well. So our tool will tell you how to reach these personas on either Facebook for B2C or LinkedIn for B2B targeting. Afterwards, the customer decision journey mapping that we walked through earlier. On top of that, our tool actually also tells you what are the different online forum opportunities for your specific topic if your customer's industry is active online within the discussion groups. Our tool will also help you frame different campaign opportunities per persona at different steps of the customer journey. Of course, AI-generated creative campaigns aren't as creative, but this is exactly where your agency comes into play and can add that creative spin. Our tool will also give you a sample email workflow, so different trigger opportunities with different topics to help convert the leads into customers, and once they become customers, to delight them and bring them closer to that advocate stage. Our tool will also help you share different resources to help throughout the execution of the actual campaign. For example, if podcasts are in scope for the campaign, it will tell you what exactly are those podcasts. Or if events are important for the campaign, what exactly are those events? Our tool will then split everything on a roadmap. It's usually 4 to 5 buckets to really help you prioritize the campaign execution. Lots of things to do. Where do I start? So setting up, production, usually then soft launch, and full launch campaign comes into play. Wrapping up, we have a list of important metrics to track for the campaign, as well as benchmarks for all of them to compare the actual results to. And finally, the budget distribution per channel, depending on the range that was selected during the questionnaire. So this is the solution with the full marketing campaign plan experience. And we are happy to work with over 20 agencies to help them automate the marketing planning process. If your agency is interested, I have a link for you at the end of the presentation too. Our tool helps automate the market research, give you more strategy and creative experience into play, give you more time for that, really automate that routine and simulate thousands of campaign opportunities so that you can identify the best go-to-market strategies for your customers. All of that is white labeled with edit access and additional export files to help you crunch more data in-house. All right. Now, I would like to pass the floor and look at our amazing growth library where we have hundreds of partners and you have recommended resources for you with different tools which are important for campaign execution. You can also look at all the tools and filter them down through customer decision journey, marketing objective, KPI, type of customer, or in industry. I want to share with you a few tools in the list, but before I jump into that, we also share different templates with our customers. So if you actually have a template that you want to promote, we can add it to our library and make it available for our startups and SMBs, as well as enterprise marketing teams that we work with and that download our resources on a daily basis. We also have an agencies directories with agencies that we already work with and we partner with. And if you would like to get extra exposure for your agency, let me know. I have my contact details at the end of the session, and we can definitely add your agency to this list too. Awesome. Now back to tools. Let's talk back about automation. I want to share a few tools which I really like, which are great and can really boost your experience of your customers. We have Notification X. So this one is really used a lot by B2C companies where you want to give notifications on site when I'm still browsing your website, telling me who converted, purchased something, or visited the website to help increase the conversion rates. Another cool tool that I have here is Adzuma that helps you run multiple marketing campaigns and ads at the same time. It covers Google, Microsoft ads, as well as Facebook ads all in one place, which is amazing, as well as optimization module there. We also have here Bonjoro that helps send personalized video emails to customers and can really increase those click-through rates. Expandy helps automate LinkedIn outreach. We use it internally as well. You can use it for your agency or even your B2B customers to improve those conversion results. Another one which I really like here, I want to pass the floor to one of our newest partners to tell you more about how you can actually automate blog writing, PR, and some of the other content elements and save weeks in content writing. Passing the floor.
Hey guys, Pankil here from Outranking.io. In this quick demonstration, I will show you how Outranking.io helps agencies boost their operation with AI. Outranking is an advanced AI-powered SEO content writing and researching platform. Outranking helps create content that drives the most organic discovery in fraction of time. Let's check it out. This is the dashboard of Outranking.io where we can see all the focus keywords that we want to create content around and rank for. When someone searches for travel for couples, we want them to find us. Let's go ahead and click their keyword. Once the content editor loads, you can see that Outranking gathered information from top 20 ranking pages in Google and provided information around some statistics that you can use in order to create your content. We can see that Outranking brings 20 pages from Google. You can also add your custom pages by adding a custom URL and clicking save. After that, Outranking will gather information from that URL as well and help you with the research and writing your first draft. Let's hop on to research. In research, you can see all the top ranking pages, their content score, domain authority, page authority, backlinks, and word count. You can also see the entire content from each of these individual pages by clicking on the down arrow and just scrolling through the content. You can also search content right into the search box and click enter, and Outranking will find out where the mention of Canada is there in the SERP pages. And you can just keep clicking enter and navigating through all the sections which have Canada mentioned. This can help you do the research and start building your content super fast. Okay, great. Let's collapse all and go to instructions. In instructions, we have 11 steps in order for you to create content and start and optimize it for higher ranking potential. You can click individual steps and see what are the requirements and what keywords you need to use. You can also see a box where you can see ideas from top 20 ranking pages. You can rewrite them, you can add them to your editor, or you can take inspiration from here and create your own title. You can also use high frequency keyword data to construct your titles. For this example, I already created a meta title, and we can see it is great because it's meeting all the requirements, and I have checkboxes on both of them. This helps you stay on track and create content in step-by-step manner to reach the goal and not have to worry about where to start and what to optimize and how to optimize. You can similarly go to meta description and see meta description ideas. You can start creating your H1 tags and optimizing your H tags. H1 tag. Then you can start creating your sections. This is the most important part in creating your outlines super fast. It suggests you that you use at least 38 sections, and the longest section can be 117 sections. This includes all H2 and H3 tags within them. You can click on See Section Ideas, and Outranking AI will bring out all the sections from SERP and curate them in a way that is helpful for you to start creating your outline. You can click on the down arrow to see the entire hierarchy of all the content that goes within this H2 tags from ranking pages. You can rewrite them, you can edit them, you can move them around, and you can select them and add directly into your editor. Great. You can start constructing your outline super fast and making sure that you are following all the instructions that Outranking is suggesting. So you can see your section score starts improving, and once you reach a perfect score, you can move on to the next portion. Similarly, you can optimize your sections for better reach by including this keywords that Outranking is suggesting you that we've curated from SERP analysis. All right, then you can move on to questions and start adding questions to your content that are relevant. For example, in this particular example, you can see why travel is important for couples. Sort of makes sense to include and guide those couples through this information and see how you can provide value there. Okay, you can also go through people also ask questions and see all the questions that Google is ranking in the PA box or people also ask box. You can rewrite them, you can add them to the editor, and you can start answering them so your users will, so that you make sure that you stay on the user intent and you provide value to the audience. Started constructing everything, your score will start improving gradually, and you can see that you will start meeting some of these requirements that are needed in order for you to create optimized title. Okay, perfect. So we can see that we have 11 sections over here right now. Need a few more in order to get that to 38. All right, perfect. So let's say now you have your entire outline and you want to start creating content around. In the first part of the demonstration, I showed you how you can use research to find out topics that you want to include in your content, but you can also use AI to write content for you. And this is the best part, that Outranking gathers SERP research and then uses that research to help you create content that is right on user intent. So for example, why travel is important for couples, if we want AI to answer this particular question for us, we could just say, generate a feature type snippet and give me a list of things that suggest why is it important for couples to actually travel. Okay, so it started giving me some information, and it started writing a third topic as well. So let's see how well it does. I can just go ahead and continue with paragraph. It will give me few more options that I can include as part of this answer. This can help you rank in featured snippets, and also help you create content that is valuable to audience. Similarly, you can use these features to continue writing paragraphs or create paragraphs for your content based on a title, given keywords, and some other information. You can also answer questions in terms of feature snippet definition type, which Google can rank as feature snippets on top of the search engine ranking pages. So, there are many ways you can use AI to start creating content at speed of light with Outranking. And once you have started creating this content, you can use Outranking's SEO engine to score your content and make sure that it ranks in Google. As a last step, you would want to make sure that all the topics that are important for ranking this particular page are included in your content. Once you have that, your score will start even climbing up higher, and make sure you reach 90 to 95 minimum of score in order to make sure that your content drives the most impact in search engines. There are also some advanced team sharing options. You can share the document with your clients by an email. You can also hop right over to your dashboard again and share it with your internal teams and adding a member from your team over here. So this can help you really scale your agency operations to the next level. You can perform SERP analysis for your clients. You can create content at scale and make sure it is SEO optimized at the same time, and allows you to keep all your research and writing tools in one place and not have to juggle between 1,000 pages or 1,000 tools to do the research, bring them together, create content. We also have other plugins for productivity, such as Google Doc plugin and WordPress plugin, that allows you to import and export content right into whatever.
So you're back with me, and I would like to share with you just a few more slides here. Thanks to all of our partners. You can also find more information about other cool tools and resources within our Growth Library. The access to Growth Library is actually free, and you can start playing around with our platform. It's really important, as a conclusion of this session today, to allocate your resources only to what has been proven to work and increasing the digital marketing ROI. This is a great quote from Harvard Business Review, which I really like to refer to, which really talks a lot about experimentation and using data for basically data-driven marketing strategy and planning, but as well as optimization efforts, the execution, everything. Just make sure that we are able to test everything, and for testing anything, you really want to identify the objective. What are we trying to test? What's our target to achieve? And what are the different variables? Make sure that you optimize everything that you do, as long as you have, of course, statistical volume there, and learn from every test. Make sure to note all the results and repeat the process. This is invaluable for any agency success, and I just can't understate how important this is. So just remember it whenever you do anything in terms of automation or any efforts that you drive, either for your own agency or for your customer operations. Thanks everyone for watching the session today. My name is Maryna. You can reach me on maryna@growthchannel.io for any questions regarding our software or automation or growth marketing in general. You can also learn more about our white label solution for agencies on growthchannel.io/agency. Thank you and have a great day.